Namaste. Welcome to our channel Kundalini Secret Science of Yoga. Search for Happiness. Part 2. The Jivatma only accepts cultivations and not the physical frame. The materially evolved arrangement is called as Prakriti, while the onlooker Jivatma is called as Purush in Samkhya philosophy, which has been taken as the basis for the science of yoga. Hence, all the needed practices of yoga are meant for the Jivatma only, which rearranges the physical frame according to its evolved stage. Such rearrangement of the quality particles in each and every cell of the physical frame is called as the awakening of the Kundalini or Serpent power, the much spoken subject of today. Clair perceptions are possibly only if the Kundalini is awakened. Here, lovers of dialectical materialism may argue that the working of our physical frame is nothing but the direct result of the innumerable chemical, physical actions and reactions function in our body. And because of such chemical actions and reactions done spontaneously, we feel that there is such other independent faculty such as Jivatma or the spirit which functions the same. They argue that there is no such independent faculty such as Jivatma to function the regular working of the bodies enjoyed by species, and therefore evolution is the direct result and progress of species which are chemically and physically throbbing of matter, which is the first and the last evolution. It is true that appetite, digestion, secretion, assimilation, excretion, sweating, urination, blood circulation, fear, anger, love, hatred and even sexual desires are the results of chemical or physical reactions affected in the body animals, brutes and birds. Generally, charge some individuals or their species which are already labeled by their other co-specitions. Such behaviors of the brutes, birds and animal is in accordance with a theory of evolution. But that is not true in the case of a human being. A human being is drawn because of his apathy towards the sufferer fellow, belabored by others, and he runs at once to help the man in distress. Such behavior of human being is not in accordance with the law of nature. Brutes and animals become prone to the sexual intercourse when they smell the excretion of female genetary, hormones oozing from the vulva of the same. They are not at all ready to trade with their female species if they cannot smell such genetary excretion. But such is not the case with a human being. He is induced to intercourse with his female being only by thoughts and not with the smell of such genetary excretion. Who is responsible for such evolutionary or revolutionary actions unhelped by chemical or physical actions and reactions? Is not there some such agency other than physical one which is responsible for such voluntary tendencies not evoked at all by any such chemical or physical actions and reactions? Every life, right from an ant to a human being, fears to feeling of death, which none has experienced in their current life, taking for granted that they might have incorporated the fear of death through the genes generated from their parents. But it is clear that parents give birth to their issues before they actually experience their own deaths. Thus, it is obvious that the fear of death inculcated by every life is not inherited through the genes of their parents, but the origin of that fear is somewhere else other than their physical existence or chemical valency. Every life fears death because the same might have been experienced by them in the previous births terminated through previous physical deaths. The death pang experience through their innumerable lives accumulated the present fear feeling of death, which creates in them terrible uneasiness and actions to escape from the same. Life and death. When we are in deep sleep, all our physical functions such as respiration, blood circulation, digestion, secretion, assimilation and such other metabolisms needed for the keep up of the physical frame are automatically done with the help of our involuntary nerves and muscles. Continues working our function even though a person dies and we see that the hair on the face of that person show growth for some days. clogging in of the blood, and putrefaction of cells begin after death. The physical frame does not work because the life leaves his body, or more correctly, the chemical and physical actions and reactions in that body come at rest. Yet chemical actions and reactions such as putrefaction and creation of enzymes and gases continue even after physical death. How is that body dead when such chemical actions and reactions in that body are still functioning even after death? The answer is not so easy as thought about. The dead carcasses of animals are full of life to another person who uses them as his food. All such dead tissues create new tissues in the carnivorous person. Then what actually we mean by death? Again, the answer is difficult. A stone which we think lifeless is fundamentally a living block of atoms, molecules and whirling electrons which keep that body of stone living and pulsating, gravitating with needed electronic charges through the cosmical flux surrounding that body of stone. Is the body of stone dead? The same story utilized by plant roots, as their food works as a matter full of life. A living carbon molecule in the blood becomes dead when it combines with the oxygen in the air to form the carbon dioxide molecule at the time of exhaling. The same dead carbon molecule again becomes long when inhaled by plants through their chlorophylls. Then what is the demarcation between life and death, and who is responsible for such fine demarcation between life and death? Is there any such independent entity which is responsible for such fine demarcation between life and death? Let us find out in next episode. The purpose of this YouTube channel is to spread the age-old ancient Vedic knowledge of Bharat. Subscribe and share the video if you liked it. Thanks.